Hey guys, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go ahead and talk about something a little different on my channel. So I know I don't really talk about the topic of religion a lot, but today that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And we're going to talk about what it's like trusting God. I feel like I should just have a month where I just talk about just different things from the Bible. Even though I'm not a Bible major or anything, I just love the Bible and reading God's Word. We're just going to talk about trust in general, and then I'll give you all some examples of trusting God and everything. So, let's get started with this. First thing I want to share with y'all guys is there is this analogy that I heard today, and it just kind of, not I guess like change our perspective, but just put more into perspective how we trust God and just what it means to be trusting in God. Let me just share this with y'all. Alright, there's this guy and he's talking about trusting God and trusting in God and everything, and how it's kind of like a plane. Alright, so bear with me for a second. So, you say to God, I'm trusting you to do this in my life, or I'm trusting you with these situations, and, it just means that you just put it in God, and you just trust that He'll take flight. Whenever you tell God, I'm trusting you, you want to put everything you have into Him. And so in this analogy, God is like the plane. So think whenever you get on a plane and everything, you trust that the plane is going to take off, take flight, and get you to where you need to be safely from point A to point B, right? Okay, so trusting in God is no different. Point A is where you just say, God, I'm trusting in you to just this, whatever this is. I'm trusting that you will fix this, or you'll help me through this, or whatever it is. And I'm trusting that you'll help it take flight and I'll get to where I need to be. Wherever I need to be. I don't even know where I need to be, So absolutely everything that you have, you just put it in there. And you put it kind of into the plane, if you will. And so, like all your baggage, yourself, you and your family, if y'all are all in this journey together, y'all, everything is put in there. Everything is put in God and trusting in God. And you trust this plane will take flight to get you from point A to point B. Whenever you trust in God, you put everything into here, and you trust Him to take you from here to here. And sometimes we don't know where point B is exactly, but God does. And so He just kind of takes us where we need to be. Even if it's not where we think we need to be, He will put us where we need to be. So that's just kind of a little thing that I want to tell you all about, trusting God, and just something that I really want to share with y'all because I thought it was super interesting, and I just felt like that needs to be shared with everyone because, sometimes people just use that phrase kind of loosely. They're like, man, I don't know, I guess I'll trust God on this one, but it's but really, are you trusting God on this one? Are you putting absolutely everything into God and into Him and just letting Him take you from here to here? Are you really doing that, or are you just saying that? Are you saying, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just let God take care of this, but then you try to go ahead and do some things on your own as well? You just need to just give it all to Him. Whenever you pray and everything you do in your life, just give it all over to Him and just relax. Just know that He has it. Know that it's in His hands. It's not in yours. Just relax, take a breath, and just know that He has it. He's got whatever you need, whatever it is. God has it. He's in control. So you just put everything into God. You put everything into the God plane and just let it take you from here to here. And there you go. There's a few Bible verses in here, and these aren't just Bible verses oh, I'm just going to take it out and read it to you and you're going to be inspired. No, it's this is the beginning of a story where people trust God. And so I'm just going to let y'all know a couple of these in case y'all were interested in them. So the first one, this one, I feel is one that people struggle with a lot. When it's difficult to continue trusting when nothing seems to happen. So I'm going to direct y'all to Genesis 30:22 through 24. And let's just read that together real quick. Or let me just give y'all a synopsis of it. That one is Leah and Rachel having children and stuff with Joseph. And Leah's having all these kids, and so Rachel's just like, hey, God, kind of want some kids. So she's just kind of like, like, this hasn't been happening for a while. Like, look at all these kids that she has, and then me. Like, where are my kids? And so God gives her children. And so it's just kind of a patience thing, You can't just expect God to be like, oh, yeah, you want this? There you go. You gotta be more patient than that. And so that's kind of one of the things, just to be patient. And even though you kind of want to stop trusting him, just don't. He has so much planned for you. Like, just trust, guys. This one's trusting God for the first time. It's going to be in Exodus 14:10 through 11. This is whenever God was telling Moses to bring the Israelites from Egypt. Trusting God can be a really nerve-wracking thing, especially if you've never really fully done it before. Another thing, don't trust God with just small problems. Like, hey, God, like, I'm having trouble with my friendships with people. I feel like, yeah, that's a pretty big thing, but at the same time, it's like, just don't think that it's just for small, minute things, and that for bigger things, you can handle it yourself. You gotta, guys, you gotta trust, like I'm telling y'all, trust. So, yeah, just let him have it. All the big things, all the small, all the things. Just give all the things to God, and you're good. For that one, we can read Numbers 14:5 through 9. So there's a little story for y'all to read if y'all are having trouble with just, giving God small things. Oh, trusting God when resources are slipping away. That's going to be in 1 Samuel 13:11 through 12. I think I'm going to read that later, like after this video, because there are some things in here where you just kind of it'll speak to you, and you're just like, I should probably read that right now, because, kind of needing that. So I'm just trying to give y'all things that y'all could relate to, or like read and be like, I did need that. So just letting y'all know. Trusting God with the childlike faith. And then the whole faith of a mustard seed. So for that one, read Mark 10:14. And that one I just love. Whenever you think of children and, they trust you because they think, I don't have to worry. Like, mom and dad have that. Trusting God with a childlike faith is kind of like, that he has you. Just think back to when you were 5, or think of a 5-year-old that you've seen, and just think how carefree and how absolutely happy they are. And, it's because they're just like, I don't have to worry about anything. Like, my mom and dad have got this. Whenever you're 5, you don't think about, what am I going to eat for dinner? Or, what am I going to eat for lunch? Or, am I going to have enough, juicy fruit? Am I going to have enough, juice and stuff for the next day? You don't worry about that. You just know in your mind, like, oh, okay, I'm going to have everything I need because my parents will provide for me. And if you think about it, we're all children of God. God is our Father. He will provide for us. So we don't need to worry about anything ever. We just know. I kind of just I'm instinctively I know whatever it is, God's going to take care of it. I don't need to be sitting here worrying about when my next paycheck is coming in, or whenever anything is happening, because I'm just like, what? I myself am not in charge of the situation at all. And I know that God will take care of it. So you just trust God like you would trust your parent when you were 5. Because he is your father. You are his child. You are a child of God. You are princes and princesses of God. And just to know that you are in a kingdom. Just a kingdom of glory and heaven and just everything absolutely beautiful. To know that you are a part of that, that is absolutely amazing. And to know that you will never have to worry about anything ever in your life, that's even better. That's just another thing about kind of trusting God with childlike faith. So that's my little thing that I kind of wanted to get out today. Trusting God, and the plant analogy I thought was really cool. So yeah, there's just a couple things. I think I may make some more of these videos. Disclaimer, I'm not a preacher or anything like that. I just love the Bible. I love God. I love reading. I just felt like that was something that needed to be shared with everybody. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If y'all have any questions, I guess leave them below, and then, like, we can all discuss kind of different things. Yeah, that's really it for today, but I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Just go on without worrying. Don't stress over anything, guys. Just know that God's got it, like your Father has got it. That's it. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Bye, guys. Those were a couple of the trusting things, and I'll add more into the description below as well.